My beloved child, I see the way you've been holding your breath without realizing it. I see how you've been waiting for something to shift, something to finally make sense, something you couldn't name but felt every night when the room went quiet. You thought the silence meant nothing was happening. But listen to me now. Silence is where I do my deepest work. You believed the delay was a denial. You told yourself, maybe I misunderstood. Maybe I asked for too much. Maybe this is just how it's going to be. And while those thoughts whispered, you kept moving forward anyway. That's what you don't realize yet. The waiting did not weaken you. It rewired you. It stripped away what could not go where I'm taking you. There are things I allowed to pause because if they had arrived earlier, they would have crushed you. Not because you were incapable, but because you were unfinished. I was not punishing you. I was protecting what I placed inside you from being revealed too soon, to the wrong people, in the wrong season. Right now, you're standing at the edge of something ending, but not the way you think. I am not ending your hope. I am ending your exhaustion. I am ending the cycle where you had to over-explain yourself, overextend your heart, and overwork for approval that was never required. I am ending the season where you thought survival was the same as purpose. And here's what you didn't see coming. I am not removing you from the situation. I am removing the weight from you. The pressure you've been carrying was never yours. The expectations you've been trying to meet were never mine. That's why it felt heavy. That's why it drained you. Don't skip this moment. Something huge is waiting for you right here. You've been asking me for clarity, but what you really needed was courage, to let go of what felt familiar even when it stopped being life-giving. I watched you wrestle with that. I watched you pray with half faith and half fear. And I stayed silent not because I was absent, but because I was watching what you would trust when you couldn't feel me. This is where it turns. Not loudly, not all at once, but decisively. I am ending the chapter where you thought you had to earn love through endurance. I am closing the door where you kept knocking long after I told you it wasn't yours. And I am doing it gently, because I know how much you invested there. I know how much of yourself you poured out hoping it would finally be enough. Stay till the end of this unfolding. You're about to understand why the timing mattered. What's coming next will not require you to beg, chase, or prove. It will recognize you. It will meet you where you are. And it will feel different. Not chaotic, not confusing, not draining. Peace will be your confirmation. You didn't see this coming because I kept it hidden while you were being strengthened. But now you're ready to see with new eyes. And this ending you feared, it's actually the moment everything you've been waiting for finally has room to begin. You've been wondering why certain doors didn't just close, but seemed to fade away instead. I allowed that on purpose. Sudden endings would have shocked you, but slow dissolving taught you discernment. I wanted you to feel the difference between what was merely familiar and what was truly assigned to your future. There is something I need you to understand now, and it will change how you see everything behind you. The reason you felt restless even when things looked fine is because your spirit had already outgrown the room. You were trying to breathe in a space you were never meant to stay in long term. That discomfort was not confusion. It was preparation. I've been separating you quietly. Not isolating you, separating you. There's a difference. Isolation wounds. Separation refines. I was removing your dependence on voices that could only see the old version of you. Some people love who you were, but could not follow where you're going. That doesn't make them evil. It makes them seasonal. And yes, I know that realization stings. You asked me why it had to feel lonely. Here is the truth you didn't expect. Growth always feels lonely before it feels powerful. The gap you're in right now is not emptiness, it's alignment. I'm recalibrating your desires, sharpening your discernment, and teaching you how to hear me without the noise. Don't skip this. Something huge is waiting for you, and this understanding is part of it. I'm ending the version of you that tolerated crumbs because you were afraid the table would disappear. I'm ending the habit of shrinking your truth to keep the peace. I'm ending the cycle where you questioned yourself every time someone else didn't understand you. That chapter served its purpose, but it cannot come with you. Here's the twist you didn't see coming. What felt like loss was actually leverage. Every tear you cried in private, every time you chose integrity over comfort, every moment you walked away even when it hurt, those were seeds. And seeds always break before they grow. You thought I was delaying the promise. I was deepening your roots. Stay with me now. Stay till the end of this unfolding. The next season won't demand that you perform. It will require that you be. You won't have to announce your worth. Your presence will speak for itself. What I'm bringing into your life will meet you with clarity, not confusion. With peace, not pressure. But hear me clearly, you cannot carry old expectations into new territory. That's why I've been lightening your load. That's why things have been falling away without your permission. I love you too much to let excess weight slow you down when momentum is about to matter. You're closer than you think. The reason your spirit has felt alert lately is because transition is near. Not someday. Not vaguely. Near. So don't rush ahead, and don't look back. Keep your heart open and your hands empty. I'm about to place something into them that will make sense of everything you survived. And when it happens, you'll realize this wasn't an ending you were losing. It was an ending that was finally making room. I need you to notice something happening inside you right now. The questions that once made you anxious don't carry the same weight anymore. The fear that used to shout has lowered its voice. That's not coincidence. That's evidence. You are no longer who you were when this journey began, and that is exactly why what's coming can finally reach you. You've been learning restraint without realizing it. Learning how not to react to everything. Learning how to pause instead of panic. Learning how to trust my timing even when your emotions begged for speed. That inner stillness you feel lately. That strength being formed. Quiet strength. The kind that doesn't need validation. I know you've been tempted to interpret the calm as stagnation. You wondered if momentum had stopped. But listen carefully, still water before movement is not dead water. It's focused. I slowed things down because acceleration without direction would have cost you what mattered most. There's a truth I've been waiting to tell you until now. I'm ending your need to know every step in advance. A habit kept you safe once, but now it limits you. Where I'm leading you cannot be mapped with certainty. It must be entered with trust. Don't skip this moment. Something huge is waiting for you, and this understanding unlocks it. You've been prepared to recognize alignment the moment it arrives. It will not feel rushed. It will not feel forced. It will feel steady, almost familiar yet completely new. That's how you'll know it's mine. Chaos never comes from me. Urgency does not equal destiny. I watched you endure seasons where you had to be the strong one for everyone else. Where you carried burdens silently because you didn't want to be a problem. I am ending that role. You were never meant to be the place where everyone else unloads while you go unseen. You were meant to be supported too. Stay till the end. This is deeper than you think. What's approaching will require honesty from you, not perfection. You won't be able to hide behind coping mechanisms or old patterns. And you won't need to. You'll finally be in an environment where truth is welcomed, not punished. Where growth is encouraged, not resisted. That's why I've been pruning your patience, teaching you when to wait and when to move, teaching you the difference between persistence and insistence. Some things didn't work out because you were trying to make them last beyond their assignment. I didn't stop you to hurt you. I stopped you to redirect you. You're stepping into a phase where discernment will matter more than desire. Not everything good is yours. Not every open door is permission. And you are ready for that level of responsibility now. That's why I trust you with what's next. Feel that anticipation rising. That's not anxiety. That's alignment recognizing itself. I am not about to overwhelm you. I am about to confirm you. The clarity you've been asking for won't come as an announcement. It will come as peace that doesn't leave when circumstances change. Hold steady. Keep your heart soft and your spirit alert. You're not waiting anymore. You're standing at the threshold where preparation meets promise, and the shift you couldn't see is already unfolding around you. There is a moment coming when you will look back and realize the pressure lifted before the blessing arrived. That was intentional. I refuse to let you enter what's next while still carrying the fear that once ruled you. What I'm giving you cannot coexist with constant doubt. So I dealt with the doubt first. You've been sensing a shift in how you respond to things that once triggered you. Old patterns try to knock, but you don't answer the door the same way anymore. That's not self-control alone. That's healing taking root. You're no longer governed by urgency. You're led by discernment. And that changes everything. Here is the revelation you didn't expect. I am ending your habit of interpreting delays as rejection. Some of the longest waits you endured were not obstacles. They were filters. I was watching who stayed with you, who believed in you, and who only applauded when it benefited them. What did last was never built to. Don't skip this. Something huge is waiting for you, and this truth will protect it. You've been wondering why I didn't rescue you sooner from certain situations. Why I let you struggle longer than you prayed for. It's because you were learning authority. If I had removed you too early, you would have entered the next season still questioning your own voice. Now, when you speak with clarity. When you decide without guilt. That growth was necessary. I'm ending the cycle where you needed external confirmation to trust internal conviction. You don't need 10 signs anymore. You don't need permission from people who never carried the weight you did. You and I have built something in private, and it's stronger than you realize. Stay till the end. This is where it connects. What's about to unfold will feel almost quiet at first. No fireworks. No chaos. Just alignment. And that's how you'll know it's real. The things that once drained you will no longer have access. Not because you hardened your heart, but because you learned boundaries without bitterness. You are stepping into a phase where your presence will shift rooms without you trying. Where favor won't chase you, it will recognize you. But I need you to hear me clearly. Do not rush to explain what I am doing in you. Some things grow best unseen. I am ending your need to prove that the pain was worth it. You don't owe anyone an explanation for how you survived. The fruit will speak louder than the story. There will be moments ahead where you're tempted to reach back, out of nostalgia, out of comfort, out of habit. Resist that pull. Not everything behind you is bad, but it is finished. I don't close doors to tease you. I close them to protect your future focus. Something is aligning right now that you couldn't force if you tried. Conversations. Opportunities. Understanding. It's subtle, but it's precise. And once it locks into place, You'll feel a peace that confirms what words never could. You didn't see this coming because I built it beyond your imagination. You expected me to fix things. Instead, I transform you. And now, what's next won't require fixing. It will require receiving. So breathe. Let go of the last traces of fear. Keep your eyes forward and your spirit ready. This isn't the calm before the storm. This is the calm before clarity settles in. And once it does, nothing will feel uncertain the way it used to again. There's a quiet confidence forming in you now, and I need you to recognize it before you dismiss it. This is not pride. This is not arrogance. This is certainty, being born after obedience. You didn't wake up one day and feel powerful. You became steady. And steady is far more dangerous to fear than loud strength ever was. I want you to hear this clearly. I am ending your season of second-guessing the growth you've already earned. You keep looking for proof that you're ready, while I've been watching you walk in readiness without applause. You survived things that were meant to break you, and you did it without becoming bitter. That alone tells me you're prepared for what's next. You used to replay conversations in your head, wondering what you should have said differently. You used to question whether your boundaries were too much. But now you feel less compelled to explain yourself. That shift didn't happen by accident. It happened because you finally trusted that I see what others misunderstand. Don't skip this. Something huge is waiting for you, and this awareness is part of the unlocking. Here is the revelation I've been saving. I am ending your season of being overlooked because invisibility was never punishment. It was protection. I hid you while your character caught up with your calling. I shielded you while your discernment matured. If they had seen you too soon, they would have handled you carelessly. You thought being unseen meant being forgotten. But I never take my eyes off what I'm cultivating. Stay till the end of this unfolding. You're closer than you realize. What's approaching will test your willingness to receive without striving. You're used to effort, used to pushing, used to making things happen. But the next door opens when you stop forcing and start trusting. I will not ask you to chase what I've already assigned to meet you. And when it arrives, it will feel almost unreal, not because it's too good to be true, but because you finally won't have to fight for it. There will be mutual effort, mutual honor, mutual clarity. That's how you'll know this is different. I am ending your habit of preparing for disappointment before joy even arrives. That defense mechanism kept you safe once, but now it limits your capacity to receive fully. You don't have to brace yourself anymore. Not everything good is temporary. You've been learning how to let go without resentment. That's rare, and that's why I trust you with more. What you carry next will require emotional maturity, spiritual awareness, and restraint. You have all three now, even if you don't always see it. Pay attention to what no longer triggers you. Pay attention to what no longer tempts you. Those are signs of promotion. Something is aligning in ways you cannot calculate. Timelines are shifting. People are being repositioned. Conversations are being prepared before you even enter the room. You're not late. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be for what's about to intersect with your life. So don't rush me. Don't doubt yourself. Don't minimize the work that's already been done in you. I am not about to reintroduce you to struggle. I am about to introduce you to stability that doesn't require sacrifice of your peace. And when that moment arrives, you'll finally understand. The waiting didn't delay you. It refined you for an arrival that can now last. You felt it already, the quiet confidence forming, the steadiness I placed within you. And now I'm inviting you to let that strength flow outward. This is how I extend the reach of my voice, through hearts like yours choosing to become rivers instead of reservoirs. You've prayed, use me, Lord, and I am answering you now. Every seed you sow here becomes oil that keeps this fire burning for souls who are still searching. As my word says, those who sow generously will also reap generously, and today that promise is alive, active, and aimed at your life and your family. When you give through Super Thanks, YouTube memberships, or the PayPal link in the video description, you're stepping into the harvest, joining me as I end waiting seasons and awaken hearts across the world. I bless your generosity as a prophetic act. May open heavens respond. May peace settle in your home. May increase follow your obedience. This is not a donation. It is alignment. It is worship. It is movement. Open your hand now, sow boldly, and step into what I am multiplying through you. There is a shift happening beneath a surface that you cannot measure with logic, but you can feel it in your spirit. Things that once pulled at you no longer have the same grip. You're not fighting them. You're simply no longer interested. That's how I know the transition is real. When desire changes, direction follows. I want you to understand this now. I am ending your season of emotional survival. You spent years learning how to endure, how to stay standing, how to keep going even when you were tired inside. That skill kept you alive. But it will not be the foundation of where you're going. The next season is not about surviving, it's about building. You may have noticed that I've been drawing your attention to quality over quantity. Fewer words, fewer attachments, fewer explanations. That's because precision matters now. Where you're headed, every decision carries weight. And you're ready for that responsibility because you no longer act from fear, you act from clarity. Don't skip this. Something huge is waiting for you, and this discernment protects it. Here is something you didn't expect me to say. I am ending the version of you that felt responsible for fixing everyone else. You learned compassion early, but you carried it too far. You mistook responsibility for love. I never asked you to carry what wasn't assigned to you. That weight slowed you down, and I'm removing it now. You'll notice it in small ways first. You'll stop overextending. You'll stop chasing closure. You'll stop trying to rescue situations that resist healing. That's not selfishness. That's obedience. And obedience creates room for alignment. Stay till the end. This is where the clarity sharpens. What's approaching will require presence, not performance. You won't need to prove your value by overgiving. You won't need to explain your boundaries. The right connections won't challenge your peace. They'll protect it. That's how you'll know you're no longer operating in the old cycle. I'm ending your habit of underestimating how far you've already come. You still measure yourself by who you used to be, but I see who you've become. You don't react the same. You don't spiral the same. You don't settle the same. That's growth, even if it happened quietly. There will be moments ahead when things move faster than you expected. Not chaotic, decisive. And when that happens, trust what we've built together. You won't need to hesitate the way you once did. The peace will come before the proof. The confirmation will follow your obedience, not precede it. Something is being finalized right now that you are not meant to manage, only to receive. I've been arranging timing, alignment, and access without your effort. That's why I asked you to rest more, to listen more, to rush less. You didn't fall behind. You synced up. I am ending your season of emotional noise. The constant inner dialogue. The rehearsed conversations. The what-ifs that stole your present moment. Where you're going requires focus, and focus requires quiet. So when you feel the urge to look back one last time, pause. Not everything deserves a final glance. Some chapters end without explanation because clarity is waiting ahead, not behind. Keep your heart open. Keep your hands relaxed. You don't need to grip what's coming. It will meet you with certainty. What you're stepping into will feel steady, grounded, and clear. Not overwhelming. Not confusing. Just right. And when you finally realize you're no longer bracing for impact, you'll understand that the ending you feared was actually the beginning of peace you never thought you'd have. I'm not rushing you. I'm readying you. And what's next will arrive right on time. I want you to notice how your reactions have changed before your circumstances did. That was the signal. Long before anything shifted around you, something stabilized within you. You stopped asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and started asking, "What am I meant to learn here?" That question alone marked the end of an old mindset and the beginning of a new authority. Here is what I'm revealing now. I am ending your season of internal negotiation. You used to debate every step, your worth, your timing, your instincts. You weighed your decisions against fear, history, and the opinions of others. But now, when something isn't aligned, you feel it immediately. No argument. No confusion. Just knowing. That's not coincidence. That's discernment maturing. You didn't lose your sensitivity. You refined it. Don't skip this. Something huge is waiting for you, and this awareness is the key that keeps it secure. You've been standing in moments lately where you expected anxiety to rise, but it didn't. Situations that once would have shaken you now pass through without leaving a mark. That's how you know I've been healing you at the root, not just managing symptoms. You're no longer driven by the need to control outcomes. You're anchored in trust. And I need you to hear this clearly now. I am ending your habit of preparing for disappointment as a form of protection. You called it realism. I called it armor you no longer need. That mindset helped you survive unpredictability, but it will block joy if you carry it forward. Where you're going, good things won't come with a hidden cost. Stay till the end of this unfolding. You're about to understand why I had to remove that defense. What's approaching will invite you to receive without suspicion, to believe without bracing, to enjoy without waiting for the other shoe to drop. And that will feel unfamiliar at first. You may even feel exposed. But that vulnerability is not danger, it's freedom. I've been teaching you how to live without constantly scanning for threats. Teaching you how to rest without guilt. Teaching you how to enjoy progress without fearing regression. These lessons were quiet, but they were intentional. Because what's next cannot be sustained by hypervigilance. It must be sustained by peace. I am ending your season of silent self-blame. You carried responsibility for outcomes that were never yours to manage. You replayed decisions, wondering if one choice could have changed everything. But hear me now. You did the best you could with the clarity you had at the time. I do not hold your past against you. I used it to shape you. Something is aligning now that will not require you to abandon yourself to keep it. You won't have to compromise your values for access. You won't have to minimize your needs to stay included. What I'm bringing into your life will respect the boundaries I helped you build. Pay attention to how selective you've become, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. You no longer chase what drains you. You no longer romanticize struggle. You no longer equate chaos with growth. A discernment didn't come cheap, and I will not waste it. There will be moments ahead when things unfold faster than your emotions can keep up with. when opportunity arrives before you feel ready. In those moments, remember this: readiness is not the absence of fear, it's the presence of trust. And trust is something we've built together. Something huge is waiting for you, not because you earned it through striving, but because you became someone who can steward it with humility and clarity. So when the invitation comes, don't shrink. Don't overthink. Don't look for reasons to disqualify yourself. You are not stepping into this blindly. You are stepping into it prepared, grounded, and guided. The old cycle has already ended. You're just now realizing it. And what unfolds next will not ask you to prove who you are. It will simply meet you as who you've become. You are standing in a moment where restraint matters more than reaction. I know you feel the urge to move quickly, to speak decisively, to act before the window closes. But hear me, what is meant for you will not require panic to secure it. I am ending the season where urgency masqueraded as opportunity. There is a deeper reason I slowed your pace. Speed once kept you ahead of pain, but now it would pull you ahead of wisdom. I needed you to learn how to wait without feeling forgotten, how to pause without fearing loss. That lesson is complete. And because it is complete, movement is about to feel different, intentional, grounded, unmistakably clear. Don't skip this. Something huge is waiting for you, and this discernment will keep you aligned with it. You've noticed how you're less impressed by noise lately. Big promises don't sway you. Grand gestures don't distract you. You're listening for substance now, for consistency, for truth that doesn't change when pressure arrives. That shift is not you becoming guarded, it's you becoming anchored. Here is the revelation unfolding now. I am ending your dependence on external momentum. You no longer need circumstances to motivate you. You move when I prompt you, not when fear pushes you. That's why even uncertainty feels manageable now. You're no longer driven by what might go wrong, you're guided by what feels right. Stay till the end. This connects more than you realize. There will be moments ahead where others move faster than you, speak louder than you, appear more certain than you. Let them. You are not in competition. What's assigned to you will not be intercepted by someone else's haste. I have calibrated your timing to your capacity, and that alignment is protection. I am ending the pattern where you mistook motion for progress. You used to feel uneasy when things were quiet, as if silence meant stagnation. Now you understand. Silence is where strategy forms. It's where clarity sharpens. It's where I whisper what noise would drown out. You may feel a growing intolerance for anything that pulls you out of peace. That's not rigidity. That's refinement. You're learning that not every invitation deserves a response, and not every conflict deserves your energy. Your yes is becoming more powerful because your no is finally respected, even by you. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will arrive without needing persuasion. I'm ending your habit of explaining your choices to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You don't owe everyone access to your process. Some will only understand in hindsight, and some won't understand at all. That's okay. I didn't call them to lead you, I did. Pay attention to how your intuition speaks now. It's calmer, clearer, less emotional, more certain. You're no longer confusing anxiety with guidance. You're recognizing the difference between excitement and alignment. That discernment is the result of every season you endured without shortcuts. There will be a moment soon where you're invited to step forward, not dramatically, not loudly, but decisively. When that moment comes, you will feel rushed. You'll feel ready. Not because every detail is clear, but because your spirit is settled. I am ending your need to rehearse outcomes before taking steps. You don't need to see the whole path to trust the next move. You and I have built enough history together for you to know this. I do not lead you into confusion. So when the invitation arrives, don't overanalyze it. Don't dilute it with doubt. Receive it with the quiet confidence you've earned. What unfolds next will not be chaotic. It will be steady. It will feel almost understated at first. But make no mistake, this is the turn you've been preparing for. You didn't miss it. You didn't arrive late. You arrived refined. And now, as one season fully releases its grip, another is already opening, patient, precise, and perfectly timed for who you are now. Now listen closely, because this is where everything converges. What you've been walking through was never random, never wasted, never accidental. Every pause, every redirection, every quiet season was shaping your capacity to hold what I was preparing to release. I was not delaying you. I was aligning you. You are no longer standing in transition. You are standing in readiness. I want you to feel the weight of that truth. Not pressure, weight. The kind that grounds you. The kind that steadies your steps. The kind that tells you, you are here on purpose. You don't need to rush forward to prove anything, and you don't need to look back to explain anything. This moment belongs to you fully. I am ending the season where you questioned whether your obedience mattered. It mattered more than you know. Every time you chose integrity when no one was watching. Every time you walked away instead of retaliating. Every time you trusted me without seeing immediate results, you were building something eternal. And now, you're about to step into the visible fruit of invisible faith. Don't skip this. Something huge is waiting for you, and this is the moment your heart has been sensing all along. What comes next will not demand that you become someone else. It will require that you finally stand as who you already are. You won't need to mask your strength or soften your conviction. You won't need to hide your tenderness or downplay your wisdom. I formed you with intention, and I am not asking you to edit what I designed. You are entering a chapter where peace will no longer feel temporary, where joy won't feel suspicious, where stability won't feel boring. It will feel safe. And safe is something your soul has earned. Stay till the end, because this truth seals it. I am ending your habit of waiting for the other shoe to drop. You don't need to anticipate loss anymore. You don't need to live as if good things are fragile. What I'm establishing now is rooted, not fleeting. Built and not borrowed. Sustained, not survived. There will be moments ahead where you pause and realize you're not bracing. You're not overthinking. You're not scanning for what could go wrong. And in that moment, you'll understand. Healing is no longer in progress. It's active. I am ending the inner war between faith and fear. Fear no longer gets equal time in your decisions. Faith is leading now. Quietly. Confidently. Without needing to announce itself. You may still feel emotion. You may still feel awe. But you will not feel unstable. That's the difference. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will arrive with recognition, not resistance. With confirmation, not confusion. With peace that stays, not excitement that fades. So when the door opens, and it will, walk through it without shrinking, without apologizing, without asking if you're allowed to be there. You are. I didn't bring you this far to abandon you at the threshold. I brought you here because you're ready to carry what once would have crushed you. Ready to steward what once would have distracted you. Ready to live without constantly preparing for collapse. This is the end of the old cycle. This is the release of the weight. This is the beginning of clarity that remains. And as you step forward, remember this always: I am with you. I go before you. I stand behind you. I surround you on every side. You are not late. You are not lacking. You are not overlooked. You are aligned. Amen. You are aligned now, and alignment always carries assignment. This is one of those holy moments where heaven is watching your response. What I have spoken to you does not end here. It must flow, and I have chosen generosity as the river through which it moves. You've whispered, "Father, let my life matter," and this is how I answer. What you release today ignites light in places you may never see, but eternity will remember. My word declares, "Give, and it will be given to you. Pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing," and that overflow begins the moment you act in faith. As you give through Super Thanks, YouTube memberships, with a PayPal link in the video description, I mark your seed with favor, protection, and unexpected doors opening for you and those you love. I bless this act as worship, as obedience, as fire added to the altar. Do not hesitate. Move now, give freely, and watch me multiply what you place in my hands. Before you move on, I want you to do something powerful with me right now. Don't just watch this moment. Hype this video. Let that hype be a declaration that the waiting is ending, that what you did see coming is now being released. When you hype this video, you're telling the algorithm and the atmosphere that this message must reach the ones who are still stuck in delay, still wondering if anything will ever change. And yes, like this video too, not casually, but prophetically, as a sign that you believe God is ending old cycles and opening doors you never saw coming. Now, when this video ends, don't leave silently. I want you to comment and declare something bold. Write, "My waiting season is ending," or "I did see this coming, but I receive it." Let your words seal what God stirred in you today. Your comment is not just engagement, it's agreement, and agreement activates movement. Speak it publicly, because what you declare in faith begins to move in the unseen. And now, hear me closely. If this message spoke directly to your spirit, if it felt like God Himself was speaking to you, subscribe to this channel. This is not just a channel, it's a place where God meets you again and again, right on time. By subscribing, you are positioning yourself to receive fresh revelation, timely direction, and divine confirmation when you need it most. Join this family, stay connected to what God is releasing here, and walk this journey with us as He continues to speak. Amen.